Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Day 23. We are almost done with the 30-day challenge. Hopefully you stay in touch once the 30 days is over. This particular video is called Whoop, There It Is. You know why? Because whoop, there it is. Check this out. I got my new whoop. I know if you watch some of my other videos, you'll see the original whoop was all black and it wasn't rubber. This is rubber. Is better when I'm swimming, waterproof, all that good stuff. And remember, this whoop tracks my heart rate, tracks my VO2 max, tracks my my zones, my sleeping patterns, and it also has an AI feature. Now this is the 4.0. This isn't the advanced whoops that track your age and all that stuff. This is the original, and it tracks all the stuff that I said to keep up with your health. It goes into how much sleep you might need, or how much stress you had throughout the day, and whether or not you need to lower your stress levels or what have you. So I just want to say that. The other thing is, whoop, there it is my Dexcom G7, which I got to get the covers for. They have some cool covers that's kind of like rubbery. You can put it on the back. It's waterproof and all that stuff. So I'm working on getting that also. But that Dexcom G7 is to help check the blood glucose throughout the day, check it while I'm working out. And as you can see, if you saw my shorts, if you saw my Instagram, you'll see that my glucose levels are between 104 and 165, 170, something to that effect throughout the day. And I found out when I was checking today that it partially has to do with the waking glucose increase, whereas waking state, when you wake up, I forget what it's called, but when you wake up, your blood glucose automatically shoots up to get you ready for the day. And then I noticed over the course of the day, it goes back down significantly, and it brings me back in the range. Now, this range is actually between the range that I'm looking for me to be regulated. So I'm excited for that. And remember, this is to lower the A1C to 5.4. I'll give you guys updates once the Dexcom shows the A1C that it has for me. And then I'm going to go to the primary care, and I'm going to get a test to check my A1C, my testosterone, all of that stuff, my yearly checkup. That way you can see the difference. That way you can see that this really works. Even though it's also for me, when I train for the triathlon, whether it be Ironman, Big Apple Triathlon, the what's it called? What is it called? The Clash Endurance at Daytona. I had to look at the paper real fast. Either or. If you just working out for your health and you watching me for your health, for motivation, great. You know, if you're doing it to lower your A1C, to bring your life back, to give yourself a better lifestyle, perfect. That's another amazing reason why. But this is motivation to keep you guys going. I go through the same things y'all go through. If you saw my previous video, I'm questioning myself whether I need to study or go work out, whether I need to eat or go to sleep, whether I need to be to work late or be on time. You understand what I'm saying? All the way down to the Dave Ramsey plan that I'm doing with my finances, and starting my master's program back up next month. All these things are life lessons and lifestyles that I'm dealing with, that I'm working through to push to that next level, but also showing you that, listen, this lifestyle of being healthy, of living right, of doing all the great things is going to give you a boost. You're going to end up going to the doctors And a doctor that prescribed you that medication with the expectation for you to be on it for the rest of your life, he or she is gonna say, this is crazy. How did you do this? Keep doing what you're doing. You understand? Because most times they don't see the people who work on their health, who make that transition, that decision to say, you know what? I'm not eating no more of these cookies, cakes, and foods that aren't great for me. I'm gonna make sure I check my glucose levels. I'm gonna make sure I'm regulated. And it doesn't have to be a detriment to the point where you're taking insulin all the time. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm not taking insulin. And now I'm not a medical doctor or a nurse or anything like that. This is my own personal opinion, my own experience. So speak to your own professionals about this, but I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Okay? I tried the insulin. I tried the metformin. I tried the Mounjaro, the Ozempic. All had crazy side effects. The best one so far has been Mounjaro for me. But I can't do the side effects. You know, you don't really feel the side effects in the beginning. It's not until after a little while that you start feeling real sluggish throughout the day. You understand what I'm saying? Your stomach start having issues. And then when you stop using it, your stomach really has issues. You understand what I'm saying? Due to the withdrawal, for the body to get back to where it normally is. Instead of you having to go through all that, having to take all these medications, having to increase and then take cholesterol pills and do all of this other stuff, and you're giving all your money to the medical industry and to the doctors, put that money towards your gym membership. Make it expensive. Calculate how much you got to spend every month on your medications, on your insurance, and all of that stuff. Now, I'm not saying not to get insurance, because I still have insurance. In case I get sick or anything and I need to go to the doctors, need to go to the hospital, need to go to the dentist, all of that good stuff, I still can do that. Okay? So I'm not saying you not to do that. That's your own prerogative. But now you don't have to spend all this money on medications. You understand what I'm saying? You have the power to change. It's a seesaw. You either want to take the hard road where you're in the hospital all the time, you're sick all the time, they talking about cutting off your toes or your fingers or your pinkies and your this, your that. Or you want to go to the gym and take the hard road and not eat those cookies and eat healthy and work out every day. And which one do you want to do? You got to choose your hard. Choose your hard, ladies and gentlemen. Choose your hard. Which one do you want to do? And I know your family doesn't want you to choose the cookie route. Get on that workout route, baby. And I'm not saying you have to work out every single day. And I'm not saying you have to work out hard every single day. I'm not even saying work out as much as I am, because I'm working out with an expectation to do a marathon, to do several marathons and keep doing it throughout my lifetime, baby, because I love it, right? But it's also a cherry on top that is lowering my A1C and is bringing my health back to the way it is. You understand? Where it's supposed to be, ladies and gentlemen. So this is you. You next. You are next. Put down them cigarettes. Get some nicotine gum or something like that. Let's work through it. I smoke cigars from time to time. I do. I smoke cigars from time to time, but I don't do it every day. You understand what I'm saying? I don't do it every day. I might drink coffee most of every day, but I don't smoke cigars every day. You understand what I'm saying? And a friend of the family told me once, he said, I wish I could convince you not to smoke cigars, because he ended up having to go to get medical attention for his throat, and he had surgery and all that because he used to smoke cigars regularly. The last time I smoked a cigar was about 1.5 years ago. Okay, about 1.5 years ago. And because I'm working out, training for these marathons, I don't plan on doing it either anytime soon, because the last thing that I want is my oxygen levels to deplete through my lungs while I'm swimming, while I'm biking or running. Either three. You understand what I'm saying? But what I'm saying to you is, let's be each other's motivation. Like, whoop-de-whoop, baby. You understand? Now, I'm going to put on the shorts for this day. I'm going to put on a video for the shorts. I didn't film too much. I wanted to get through the hour of bike, which I did a little over 12 and a half miles on a bike today within an hour, which was great. I hit my usual target, a little above my usual target. The goal that the trainer had given me was 20 miles in 1 hour. But he also said, don't really focus on the mileage, but focus on the amount of time, the hour itself, and keep your RPM around 85 and above. So that's what I did. And he said zone 2, and he wanted me to be in a pace where I'm able to have a general conversation. And that's what I did for the most part. So I'm happy about my results, ready to push forward to the next phase. And, you know, this is just a day-to-day process. Hopefully you guys see the transition. You see I'm doing better. If you start from the beginning of my journey, you'll see that I'm doing better. Like, subscribe, follow. You understand? And then I'm also transitioning to my a different form of eating. I noticed that the more I'm working out, the less I want to eat. I'm realizing that. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that my body wants to recover, and I'm going to, even though I take electrolytes every day, I am going to have to, and I also have protein bars throughout the day. I have maybe 1 or 2 throughout the day, but I really need to have that healthy protein in my diet more often than not. And that's what I'm going to be working on consistently also. My stomach, I could tell, is shrinking. It really doesn't want to eat as much as it normally used to. And that's a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise because, one, I save money. Okay. And 2, when I do go out to eat, I don't have to purchase a whole bunch of food to feel fulfilled. I know there's certain cultures where they eat up to 75% worth of fulfillment, of satiation, where they don't eat to fill. They don't eat to feel full. They eat to be satiated. And that's what I'm working toward. That's what I'm working toward also. And then also only healthy foods. You understand? I had a banana, the interesting thing. And this, ooh, baby. I had a banana, was it yesterday or the day before? I had a banana either yesterday or the day before. In the early morning, and mid-afternoon. Banana wasn't that big. And then when I checked my glucose level, I noticed that my glucose level was at 141. It was still low, which told me all those other times when I had bananas and it shot up, I'm doing something right. I'm doing something right, people. And I hope you doing something right too. My motivation to you is to see. I want to see your growth. I want to see your progress. I want to see your transition. You understand what I'm saying? I want to see you doing your thing, okay? If you got channels that you want somebody to follow, like, subscribe, please put it down in the comments and the messages. Hit me up. Let me know. All right. My email is diabetictriathlete@gmail.com. Something to that effect. I changed my tag to Official Mike Razor. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I may change the email also to Official Mike Razor, just to update everything, make everything a little fresher. It's been a while. I'm back. It's, you know, and we're working on various things throughout this growth and transition in life. All right, so that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen, for the video. Hopefully you guys had an amazing day today. I'll be talking to you soon, and much love. That's all I got.